This is the reason why I've been traveling 700 kilometers to the north of Sweden. The Michelin X Ice North 4 studded tire, this time in 21 inches. Remember, last season these tires were introduced. I had them on my 1 Series BMW, and now it's time for the SUV version on 21 inch. And let me put it this way, I've been driving on wet and asphalt and I was quite impressed. I even performed the launch control. Oh, let's put it this way, not optimal to say when the soft tires try to get the grip. Nevertheless, I'm going to test it on the ice, and Michelin has provided me with this ice truck. Here we are driving on ice. So I'm going to do a few tests, but first of all I would like to feel the braking performance in these tires. Okay, it's not scientifically, but I just want to touch and feel on how I will react on driving on or braking on ice with these tires. So step one in my test of the spectacular X Ice North 4 is braking performance. So I'm gonna go first, I'm looking at the speedometer. I would like to have 50 kilometers an hour, and I'm going to brake. I'm quite impressed. Obviously the ABS system, etc., is working to make sure that I get as quickly brake as possible, but nevertheless I think I'm a bit surprised, as I was last time I drove these tires, how actually grippy it is. Okay, it's not, you know, summer, but nevertheless it stops in 50. Let's raise it to 70, 80, 90. 77 kilometers an hour. Let's stop. Ooh. Okay, so I have to put the brake a bit harder. Let's do that again. Let's do a launch control as well. So I'm gonna start here, giving full throttle. Here we go, and it's on ice. I'm giving a proper launch on the ice. Amazing. So let's go. We have a bit launch this time and hit the brakes. Ooh, how it is extended. But here we go. I have stopped. Again, spectacular. The warning signal is on, but I imagine that the braking distance are tripled when I accelerate 10 kilometers at a time. That's the experience I'm getting here. So quite impressive, so to speak. Let's move on to the track.
Before we move on, I would like to highlight a critical aspect of driving in the winter condition. The braking is the biggest challenge. There is no problem driving 120 kilometers an hour on a muddy highway with a 4-wheel drive Cayenne, or turning into a corner on a B road, but braking.
I need a couple of laps to understand the essence of when it grips and when it's not grip. It's much more slippery on ice. Okay, that was a bad joke, I agree, but it is very more slippery, and it is like I have to understand and letting the car work with the throttle and with the sort of weight distribution of the car much more firmly, and making sure that I use the throttle to change the direction of the car, and more pumping the throttle, getting the studs gripping, you know, digging that into the ice. I'm not going to lie, I'm having much more difficulties to understand the traction on ice than on the snow. That's for sure. No doubt about it. There is no question. You know, you always have to work through the studs, through the ice, and I need to get that touch and feel with the studs working towards the ice, and it's not that easy, to be honest. I had to put some more energy into that. Glad that I have studs though. I wonder how this would have been with no studs at all.
Actually, later that day I got the opportunity to test Michelin X Ice Snow. And if you have not seen episode 108, you will understand that the old truth about non-studded tires are no longer valid.
So next thing is snow, ladies and gentlemen. One thing is ice, but now I'm in prepared snow, and it's, well, let's get started with snow traction. And this is the party piece, if you ask me, because woo, this is, remember, I have always done the powder driving at home on all the spectacular fields I have at home. But the winter or the climate change or the global warming, or call it wherever you would like to call it, well, it has stopped me this year, and thankfully Michelin takes me to the spectacular Umeå and my possibility to have some proper snow driving. And I have obviously all traction off, but nevertheless you get that grip that you're eager to have when you drive in the snow. Ooh, you know, you should never underestimate snow driving and ice driving in particular. Whew. Now I have to take just a small pause here. With the climate change present, I think you should pay attention to the communication Michelin is providing us. Don't change your tire until they are properly weared out. Basically, that means that they sell less tires. Let's face it, I don't have the proper education to evaluate tires, but the X-Ice North 4 is the best on the market, not according to me, but to the independent testers. Getting to know your car and the tires, as I have done on snow, ice, and learning the braking distance depending on how fast you're going, is educating. If you get the opportunity to drive on ice, please do. It is it's another form of art of driving. And then off I go. This is actually the starting point of the snow driving, and you cannot complain about the possibility to have some proper snow driving. How fun can this be? I'm a child. I'm so sorry, dear viewers, but sometimes you can get a 40-year-old plus man cry of laughter. That's how fun it is.